Hello everybody, this is 11.3 day 1. Today we're going to start simplifying ratios with numbers or variables or combinations of both. Okay, so just a little warm up here. How do you simplify a ratio or a fraction? So if I were to ask you guys to reduce 8/12ths, I would hope that you guys would say, oh, well, 8 and 12 can both divide by 4. And then you just do that and you get 2/3. Now, another way to do it, if you guys don't feel like doing it in your head and you want to use a calculator, I'll show you how to do it on here. So if you make the fraction 8/12ths, so alpha y equals, enter 8/12ths, right? And if you hit enter, it'll do it for you. So see how we got 2/3? So you can do it by hand or by calculator. Now, see if you guys remember, I think this was first semester. How do you reduce or divide exponents with the same base? Do you remember the rule about what you do? You actually subtract. So this one is x to the 6th power. Okay, so in today's problems, we're going to put that all together and we are going to simplify these ratios. And I'm going to choose to do it, I'll do some by hand and some by calculator, just to show you both. Okay, so how I would start these is I would do the numbers first. 12 divided by 3 is an easy 4. Now, when I divide the exponents, I want to subtract. So 5 minus 2 is x to the 3rd. Okay, so that one was pretty easy. All right, number 2. First, I'm going to reduce 18/14ths, and I can reduce those both by 2, and that leaves me with 9/7. Okay, so that's that reduced. And now I'm going to do my exponents. And when I'm dividing exponents, I subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. Now the question is, where does it go? And here's a good rule of thumb. Whichever one is bigger, it's going to go there. So it's going to be b to the 4th. Okay, since 7 is bigger, the b to the 4th will stay on top. Okay, moving on, number 3. 9 divided by 3 is just 3. And then for the exponents, when we divide, we subtract. 3 minus 3 is p to the 0. But if you guys remember, anything to the 0 power just cancels. It's just 1. So the answer is actually just 3. It's like 3 times 1, which is just 3. Okay, now let's get into some harder ones here. 20/15. This one I'll do in the calculator just to practice. So we're going to type in 20/15 and it's going to reduce to 4/3. And there's nothing wrong with using the calculator there. All right, so this one is 4/3. Now for the exponents, we subtract. 2 minus 6 is -4. But we don't want any negatives in our final answer. So if you guys get a -4, we need to drop it like it's hot. Remember that? So final answer is actually 4/3, and the b4 is going to stay in the denominator. Remember for an earlier problem, I said whichever one is bigger, it's going to end up there. So if you wanted to instead do like 6 minus 2 is 4, and then just make sure it ends up in the denominator. Okay, let's do another one of those to practice. Okay, number 5. 2/4. That reduces to 1/2. Okay, now a couple ways you guys can do the k's. 5 minus 8 is negative 3, but then you would drop it and it would become positive. Or just do 8 minus 5, and then whichever one's bigger, it's going to stay there. So regardless how you guys do this one, the K3 should end up in the denominator. So 1 over 2 K3. All right, last one, 400 over 25. I'm going to do this in the calculator. That's going to be 16. Okay, so we're done with that. Now for the m's, we subtract. Don't forget there's a secret 1 if there's no number there. Now, 1 minus 4 is negative 3, so you would have to drop it like it's hot, right? Or you could do 4 minus 1 is 3, and since the m is bigger in the denominator, that's where it's going to land. So however you guys want to plan those. All right, that's it. Nice job.